Okay, so you do that.
Good morning. Welcome to the Haywood County Board of Commissioners meeting for March 2nd, 2015. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you again for this wonderful day in this county. We thank you for a little reprieve in the weather, Lord. Lord, as we go about the county's business today, just be with us, instill in us the kind of wisdom that we need to make good decisions for this county. They're in the best interest of this county. We thank you for everything that you've given us. In your name we ask this prayer. Amen.
Thank you. As some of you may remember, our last meeting was canceled due to inclement weather. Scheduled at that time was a public hearing. By rule, we conduct our public hearings at the evening meetings to encourage greater participation. So the county manager, I believe, has a recommendation regarding that.
Yes. By statute, the meeting would continue to today. And by rule, to give more public a chance to discuss the matter, we have it at the evening. So I would move that you continue the hearing until the March 16th matter. If anybody's here today, they could speak during for this, they could speak during the 3-minute time period coming up for concerns.
Okay. All right. If there's no objection, then we'll continue the public hearing on the tobacco use restrictions ordinance for county buildings, vehicles, and grounds until March 16th, 2015 at 5:30 p.m. in this room. So no one objects. We'll go ahead and ask that that be scheduled. Okay, we'll move to the public comment session. Is there anyone present who would care to address the board? Okay. All right, move to constituent concerns. Bill?
Taking care of something else.
Okay, Kirk?
No, sir.
Kevin? Michael?
Just ready for some good weather. I think everybody's had a pretty tough last couple of weeks, and so maybe we're not completely through with winter yet, but maybe the severe part of it.
Yeah, I attended the Winterfest this weekend in Maggie Valley, which proceeds going to the Friends of the Animal Shelter. It was a very, very entertaining and educational session. So I think they intended to make it an annual event, and I would certainly recommend it. Okay, we'll move next then to administrative and agency reports. We have a Smoky Mountain Center fiscal monitoring report for December 31st, 2014. Julie Davis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What I'm bringing to you is what's required by statute, that the Smoky Mountain send a report to me and then I present it to the board. This is their quarterly report. This particular quarter is the one that ended December 31st, 2014. And if you look about halfway down the page, their current year-to-date actual revenues, $183,123,255. A little bit farther down, you'll see their total expenditures of $172,518,750 for a year-to-date change in cash balance of $10,604,505.
Okay. Any questions of Julie? All right. Thank you. Is there any adjustment to the agenda today? As a side note, we've been attempting to improve the quality of the sound in this room. So let us know after the meeting if it was better or not. It seems to be better from the podium, but we may have some more adjustments to make. So we'd appreciate if you would give us some feedback on that. All right, we'll move then to the consent agenda. We had the opportunity to review the February 2nd, 2015 regular meeting minutes. Are there any changes to those? Okay, if not, we'll move to David Francis with refunds, releases, amendments, and discoveries. David, welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. Hope everybody's well today. The audio in the back is so much improved. So,
Oh, good.
yeah, very, very, very good. What you have before you is the releases and refunds for January 2015. Nothing unusual to report to the board for that month. If you have any questions, be glad to answer.
Any questions of David? Okay, thank you. All right, we have 3 budget amendments today. Welcome Julie again.
Julie again. Okay, the first budget amendment is in the general fund. This is $464,349. This represents an amount that we budget each year for the merit increases across all the departments. Department heads are allowed to give 0 up to 2% merit increase. We budget that in another area, and then we spread it about this time of year, and that's what this budget amendment does. It's just spreading the budget for those merit increases.
Okay. As Julie said, that occurs annually.
Annually, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Any questions on this one? Okay, if not,
This next one also is one we do annually. This year, it's $11,979. This is the amount that we had budgeted in a non-departmental area for unemployment payments. We have been budgeting a little bit differently. The Employment Security Commission of North Carolina wants an amount sent to them quarterly. They actually asked for that about a year or 2 ago, and we sent quarterly amounts to the state. And when the unemployment payments occur, then we need to pay the difference in what we have sitting there and what the payments actually were. They were not $11,000 this year. That's just the amount that we have left in the non-departmental to spread. The amount we had to pay this year was $173,000, but we had it budgeted across departments, and this is the amount that we need to take care of the difference. Also, you'll notice some of the departments have some changes. Some had more unemployment payments than we had budgeted, which the budget is actually just a % of the salaries in each department. So when we make the payments, of course, it's not going to be that exact percentage. So we've just moved some amounts around, taken some from the departments that had more and put it into one of the department, social services is one that we didn't have enough in. So that's what this budget amendment does. It's a little bit different than the regular ones I bring you annually.
okay. Any questions of Julie? If not, we'll move to the next one.
The next one is a general fund budget. This is for the Department of Health and Human Services Agency. It's $10,169. It's some state funding that we received to cover the program for independent living for foster care.
Okay. Any questions there? If not, we'll move to the 4th item, Julie.
This next item, some of you will probably remember a number of years ago, before the economy crashed, when we were trying to develop the Beaver Dam Industrial Park, and Haywood Advancement was a partner with us in that endeavor. There was some money that the county had set aside to develop that turned out to be just a little short of what we needed. Haywood Advancement loaned the money to the county. There is in your backup a memorandum of understanding that says that the point of lending the money, or the point of lending the money was to get the property developed, but the payment back to Haywood Advancement would occur when the property sold. The rate for the loan was 4% simple interest, and since it looks like the property is not going to be selling anytime soon, we'd like to go ahead and pay that loan off. 4% is a little bit high in this interest rate environment, and Haywood Advancement is fine with us paying this off early. I just wanted to have the board approve and have it reflected in the minutes that this is being paid off early, even before the property has sold. We did budget this amount in this fiscal year. It will not require a budget amendment.
Okay. Any questions, Julie, on that? Any questions or comments on the consent agenda? If not, would entertain a motion that the consent agenda as presented be approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. Thank you. We'll move to new business. The first item, the county manager has a recommendation. Ira?
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. On November 17, 2014, Vice Chairman Kirkpatrick made a motion to appoint David Francis as an interim tax administrator at current salary with duties including but not limited to GIS, revaluation, mapping, tax assessor, solid waste. That appointment has gone very well. That appointment has enabled a very smooth transition. We face a lot of challenges in the area of tax assessment with a new reval, and we face some challenges in the area of solid waste. With regards to, we are looking at contract administration and some convenience center upgrades and looking at a lot of different aspects of making sure that solid waste continue smoothly. We also face some challenges with program evaluation. Therefore, my recommendation at this time would be to make this a regular, permanent appointment at the same salary benefits carrying forward.
Okay. All right, any questions of David? Of Ira?
No, I think it might be important for Ira to point out the fact that, this would probably be our only employee in solid waste at this point. Is that right?
Well, we have Randy Sisk, who is
Okay.
over there, but doing hands-on maintenance and monitoring on the ground at Francis Farm. But at an administrative level, yes, and also with added duties in some of the other areas, this is a position that could be quite busy.
But I guess what we've done is we've had a reduction in that workforce. And so some of the responsibilities that David is taking over were some that were previously held by another employee that we don't have anymore.
Yes, we had a reduction in the duties such that it can be done now. It had reduced down to about a half-quarter-time job because the supervision of as many employees and the day-to-day operational aspects have been outsourced. But there's still the contract management, there's still the compliance management, there's still the coordination with the engineers if we're going into the Francis Farm project. There's still, if you're going to be talking about contracts to upgrade the convenience center and looking through all those matters, there's still quite a bit of work to be done in the next several years.
There's just not enough work in solid waste for a full-time employee, but combined with other duties that you've articulated, then there is sufficient work for a full-time position.
Yes, and particularly if you add the program evaluation, which is something that Buncombe has multiple program evaluators. These are people that kind of float and can look at be used in a particular area to look down and see what's going on. Put another set of eyes when you have some issues or want to create efficiencies.
Okay.
It's, with the reduction in force on the solid waste and then with the additional duties that will be picked up, it's kind of still a cost savings from where we went, even though if I've read this correctly and looked at it.
Yes, I believe cost savings in that you're going to be picking, in this particular position, you're going to be picking up more work and higher quality in a position that can help create efficiencies in those areas. So I think it will be a long-term benefit.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Just that we've privatized our solid waste, and we only have 2 employees in solid waste now. So I think it was a step in the right direction. We've been able to keep the availability rate low, and that's one of the reasons why. It's because we privatized. So I'd like to point that out.
Anything else? Okay. If not, then, would entertain a motion that the recommendation as articulated by the county manager be approved.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. All right, next up, we have Mike Matthews, our tax collector. He's going to provide an updated resolution authorizing what?
Morning. Yeah, this is just a resolution authorizing the tax collector to direct executions against personal property to the sheriff of Haywood County for collection. The only difference from the last one that you guys had was we just took out motor vehicles. I guess it hadn't been updated in quite a while, so that's the only difference.
All right, any questions or comments regarding the resolution that would, This is an annual thing that we do, I believe, every year.
Okay.
To authorize the direct executions against personal property to the sheriff. So, any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
there is one slight modification in which he properly made in accordance with changes in the law, and that is that motor vehicles are no longer included.
Right.
Because that's now, that collection is now made by DMV as part of the license registration procedure.
Part of the tax and tag program.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. If not, would entertain a motion that the resolution as presented be approved.
So, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. All right, the third item is the Federal Highway Administration grant contracts. We've had numerous contracts presented about this topic for approval. So
Yes.
you can explain this one to us.
I will. We'll have two more after this. We are moving forward with the Blue Ridge National Heritage Area Sign Program. This contract is to hire a marketing project manager to oversee a number of very important elements to our sign program. It's the creation of a logo and brand for the program, as well as a map and brochure, the website that will go with it, that will have QR codes linked to all the signs on that are part of the trail, and then in addition, interactive kiosks at 5 of our area state welcome centers, so that people coming in to the gateway can be engaged along the path that they're already taking to get off the beaten path and see some of the really the treasures that we have in our area.
Any questions regarding this contract? I guess you'll have others presented to us as well.
We will
Upcoming.
have 2 more coming, yes.
Okay. Okay. Any questions regarding this? Okay, if not, then would entertain a motion that the contracts for the Heritage Trail Sign Project as presented be approved.
So moved.
Second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. That's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very much. Okay, next up is Lynn Collins for occupancy tax penalty waivers. I think you have 2 of those, Lynn?
Yes, just a comment about the Heritage Trail sign. It's been a long time coming, so hopefully we're excited and about getting, we're going to have one right here on Main Street in Waynesville, so we're looking forward to getting that installation done. The first occupancy tax penalty waiver request is in the amount of $1,283.14. The owner of the property had been paying the occupancy tax. She just paid it to the North Carolina Department of Revenue. And once the mistake was realized, they contacted the Department of Revenue and requested a refund of that amount, and that amount was refunded, and she promptly paid the tax to the Haywood County Finance Office. So the Haywood County Tourism Development Authority Board of Directors did recommend the waiver of this tax penalty in the amount of $1,283.14.
Just curious, did the state catch that and tell us about it? Or?
No, they did not. They said that it's all done by computer, and if a person had actually been looking at it, they probably would have caught it. The owner of the property is the one who actually caught it.
So the state wouldn't have told us if we hadn't found it? Huh?
Did they send her money back to her?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions or comments? If not, would entertain a motion to approve the occupancy tax penalty waiver for Rivermont Cabins in the amount of $1,283.14.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Lynn?
The next occupancy tax penalty waiver request is in the amount of $347.45. This is a problem that we are encountering on a regular basis, and it has to do with the due date and the postmark on the envelopes as to when they come in. This person had actually used their Pitney Bowes postage meter to put postage on the payment, and then they took it to the post office and requested that the post office stamp it. And the post office won't stamp it if it's already been stamped by a postage meter. And the other part is that a lot of times we're seeing that the post office is not putting a postage mark on it at all. So all we have to go by at this point in time is the date that it arrives in the finance office here. And this was, the Pitney Bowes postmark was actually the 19th of the month, and it's due on the 20th. So the fact that she did make the effort to get the post office to stamp it, the Tourism Development Authority Board of Directors is recommending waiver in the amount of $347.45. They have not had any previous penalties.
Okay. Any questions on this one?
Yeah, I think the 20th of that month was like on a Thursday, and then the 20th, we went through a weekend, so it arrived within a timely manner. I mean, it was pretty obvious that it was put in the mail. So we looked at it pretty closely.
It arrived on the 24th.
Yeah.
What do they operate?
Hotspot Tax Services.
They're a property management company, and
Okay.
they manage a lot of the vacation rentals here in the county.
Okay.
They're located out of Colorado, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? If not, would entertain a motion to approve the occupancy tax penalty waiver request for Hotspot Tax Services in the amount of $347.45.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, we'll continue with Lynn for a request for approval of reappointments for 2 zip codes. Lynn?
Yes, the Lake Junaluska 28745 1% zip code subcommittee is up for reappointment. All of the members have agreed to serve another term, and they are eligible to serve another term. Those folks are Dr. George Freeman, Larry East, and Angel Kirkpatrick Benson, and that would be a 2-year term, which is January 2015 through December 2016. We are requesting approval of that.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
So moved.
If not, we'd entertain a motion then that the reappointments of Larry East, Dr. George Freeman, and Angel Kirkpatrick Benson be approved for zip code 28745.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Lynn?
The next one is we have a vacancy on the 28751 Maggie Valley Zip Code Subcommittee. Jay Manor left the Maggie Valley Club back in December, and the Maggie Valley Aldermen have recommended Louis Perrone, owner of Frankie's Restaurant, to fill that vacant seat. And he would serve the remainder of the term for that seat, which expires December 31st, 2015. And the TDA is recommending approval of that.
Okay. Questions, comments? Now, would entertain a motion to approve the appointment of Louis Perrone to the 28751 Zip Code Subcommittee to fill the unexpired term as explained by Lynn. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Okay, that concludes the new business. At this point, would entertain a motion that we enter into closed session for attorney-client privilege, General Statute 143-318.11A3.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we have returned from closed session. Is there any other business for the board?
I'd like to thank the board members that attended our awards tonight from the Commission for Clean Haywood. It went very well. Had a good meal. Appreciate you attending.
Yes, sir. Anything else? If not, we'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous.